Yo, what's up fuckers, welcome back to the Primal Zone. If you guys are new to the channel, I am a challenger jungler on the US Super server. I simply wanted to showcase my Yorick. To be fair, in Emeraldium Elo, we didn't take it too high right now. But it doesn't matter, Master, Diamond, it's all the same guys. You'll still have to learn some things from this video. You have been asking me about Yorick a lot. Is the champion still viable? He got nerfed 3 million billion times, 69 times. 3 hotfixes in one patch, the next patch nerfed again, the next patch nerfed again. Is it still viable? Is it dog shit? Most people don't even play it anymore. Even when it was turbo broken, people weren't really playing it, especially in Elo. You wanna see it even banned. And I'll showcase you the power of this character. And of course, we don't have to watch this garbage. The first clear is a joke. I just stand still, tank for my ghouls because they get one shot. The ghouls get one shot, they deal lethal damage. The E is a cosmetic spell. It doesn't deal any damage, it doesn't even really boost your damage on the camps because it just reduces 13% armor from 42. Overall, the clear is so slow. Look at this thing, guys. It's legit, the first clear is so slow. I'm sure I can optimize it a bit. I'm in talk with the guy that does a lot of like really nice clears, so he can make some Yorick jungle clear videos for me after all of these nerfs. Yeah, the clear is as long as the Cold War from 1947 to 1989, unplayable garbage. Here's what a lot of people don't understand about this type of level 4 situations. You have to think from every perspective and you have to consider every variable, and sometimes you have to have a bit of heart and soul and courage and fucking fight it, man. Yorick jungle is still one of the best champions at skirmishing level 4. I don't even know if anyone can even 1v1 Yorick at level 4. If you guys know any champion that can 1v1 level 4 Yorick, let me know, because he legit beats every fucking champion in the fucking game. And yeah, Diana is thinking, I have prior mid lane, I have prior bot lane, I'm gonna contest this. It doesn't matter I'm losing Yorick 1v1, because I have prior. But this prior here is fake, because Maokai can always move first. The wave is like here, he can flash W and be much more useful than Zyra, and make it easy for us to set up this skill on Diana, potentially. Yes, Lux is under tower, but it's a small wave, it's not 2 waves with cannon. She can hover the Tristana, maybe be annoying to her, and eventually play the game. I don't say relying on your teammates too much, but at worst, what could happen here? Enemy team has 0 CC. I can probably flash out, press W and survive if it's getting too bad. So yeah, we just focus on Rana, Maokai, flashing in, W. Tristana is coming through, she wants to clean up some kills, help her teammates, but we already have a number advantage. Edge goes hard, and of course Vayne in early all-ins, pretty strong, gets a chance to stack on Q. The majority game is pretty nerfed, Tristana W into reset, W into reset, W, W, W. Sexybomba.com, flash on her, get paid. Yeah, if you end up thinking, hey guys, I shouldn't fight here because I don't have prio, you're gonna miss out on getting 3 free kills, what can I say? Artix is skilled, and first of all, let's explain the itemization. Most of you guys are thinking that you should be Trinity Force, high win rate, great synergy with Yorick, you spam Q now, ghoul scale with attack speed. But no, after all of these nerfs, there's just no way around it. You cannot max C anymore to wave clear, the damage is too bad. End up fucking up this 1v2. I switched to Diana, I could have just auto Q Kale and win. I was free double kill, but I'm retarded and trash, so I lost. That's fine, makes this game a bit more interesting, a bit more educational, I suppose. Don't like turbo stomps on youtube.com. So I end up healing Tiamat. Because the AoE is terrible. Look how I can clear Raptors now. This is so much quicker than if you didn't have Tiamat. It's like playing Trundle without Tiamat. Shit is unplayable. I clear the small Raptors at the same time as the big Raptor. Otherwise, I would have to waste like 10 more seconds there hitting the small Raptors. It's a joke, really. You need Tiamat on Yorick. And then I get a dagger, and you might be wondering, what the fuck am I gonna do with this dagger, guys? Pretty simple. I beat Sharpening because now, since the ghoul skill with attack speed, we end up going for these runes with attack speed and alacrity, as it's pretty nice for Yorick's DPS. Also has some synergy with the Maiden that gives you on hit every time you mark with auto decks. As you see, when Yorick damages the Maiden's target, he deals 2% max health magic damage. This only works against champions now, because they made it not work on monsters anymore, among other nerfs. Why, your jungle might look turbo useless, when we actually play it and you follow my advice, you'll see that it can be pretty broken. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, because you're already learning that you should get Yama. So you're already getting value. And you're gonna get more value in the future. I see more Yorick games, all of the Juggernaut champions that I would like to play. Maybe some other things, like Brandini. Brandini is getting pretty strong, maybe I should make some videos on him. Then, drop a like, drop a sub. Yeah, we go for Schreibecker, guys. Because Schreibecker gives attack speed, which is the biggest DPS multiplier for ghouls right now. Then I build some other tankier items. But why not Revenant Hydra? Why not Titanic? Why not Profane Hydra? Titanic is, I think, is okay like 5 to 10% of the time. But not only Schreibecker gives you the best DPS for ghouls, but also gives you that really nice utility on an immobile champion that has to also hit some skill shots. So it can help you land E and W if you slow them with Schreibecker right away. So here you might be wondering why I'm fighting. Well, now it's because I have the prior. Yes, I probably lose against Diana level 6. She can kill my ghouls pretty quickly with all of her AoE abilities, which actually ends up happening. I don't have the maiden to beat her. It doesn't matter. The guy is a bit mentally ill, so he decides to contest this. And this is the biggest takeaway. This is the lesson that you are going to have in this video. Because most players would be like, hey guys, let's take the dragon. It's free, I just cleared my entire jungle, why the fuck not? I'm sure that maybe Agrin would take this Drake, maybe your favorite content creator, maybe Nightblue3 would take this dragon. But we don't do that, okay? We're not Pensar Dragon, we recall. Because we understand. Look at this. Dana, think from her perspective. Where is Dana gonna go, guys? She's there, okay, she's gonna respawn. Where is this little guy gonna go? He's gonna go to his top side. He wants to farm his topside camps, or take grabs, or counter jungle my topside if he expects me to do Drake, or if he had, or if he didn't have vision, maybe he would expect me. But we pull up in this bitch, and Anna is like, Pikachu face, what the fuck? Mr. Yorick is already here, he's not on the dragon! And the game is over. Also end up buying a Phage. W behind her. Why? Because I don't want her to walk to wolves, Q, eat this, and save some distance. Maybe Tristana ults me and she survives. That'd be like the only possibility. Then, since I know Diana is already committed and dead, I stop hitting the Diana altogether. I focus on the blue buff to try to outsmite her. Auto take plus smite, boom, win it. Like that's a kill. Kill steal, but overall good for us. More money in the bank for the team. I steal her entire jungle, I kill her. And this creates an endless snowball loop. And I lost a flash in the top side fight. And this is how I look to pick Yorick, by the way. This is the main reason. Diana, immobile champion. If it's Xin Zhao, maybe a little Brand or Zyra. Zyra without farming kinda hard in early game, but she'll be able to invade you before you finish your first clear with level 4 and be unplayable. I wouldn't pick it into that one necessarily, unless you have a plan. But either way, if they have a champion like this that cannot get out of the cage, cannot dodge the E easily, it's not a Talon, it's not a Rek'Sai, not a Nidalee, you're gonna have a pretty easy game. Once I see Diana in champion select, I insta-lock Yorick and try to make use of this still busted fucking champion. Yes, if you are still not Emerald, at least Emerald, what the fuck are you even doing? How are you stuck in low enough? Look at this Maokai, he was out of field, he's a jungle main. We need a slow motion on this guy because he's literally skipping right now. He's like, I'm actually gonna sweep. We see Diana fighting, I'm actually gonna sweep this, I'm gonna plant my little sapling, my little kitten there, look at Maokai. Hold up, I'm gonna hit a ward, I'm gonna go big back and forth, engage on Diana, engage, clear a ward, I cannot decide what is going on with my mind! And he didn't press R to force 3 flashes, maybe we'll get double, triple. He is mentally disabled, so not make fun of people with mental disabilities. Let's just continue to play out the game. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. I finally decides to engage, press R. Dana jumping in, hitting the lags. Tristana jumping in, dying. Boom, boom, bada bim, boom. Knock up, knock back, knock up. Stun, boom. And we just take everything. And she's brain dead, so she decided to kill herself again. And this might kinda look like an easy game, but I made it easy for my bot lane anyway. It's not like they were winning or doing something crazy or just winning ECS, top lane is losing. I created these situations because enemy jungler is dog shit and I am playing Yorick. Look how easy it is, how brain dead it is. We just had to switch up a few things to make a few decisions. I even made a mistake where I misplayed mechanically and didn't get double kill. Who cares? There's nothing they can do. This is the power of Shredbreaker, by the way. I would have to use my E or W here to catch up to the Tristana, but I have Shredbreaker. I also went Swifted because they have a lot of slows. Swift is another great anymore, but we don't just automatically autopilot by this. They got nerfed. Just for 10 movement speed, it's not worth it. They have to have some slows. This item to be valuable. So I end up hitting her because I have Shredbreaker. I end up missing E. As okay, I get W off. Unfortunately, the minions gone away because they didn't have the E mark. Get triggered. And then, I'm half HP against the Diana. We are same items, just Leandri, Legendary, I have Shredbreaker, Legendary. And this is a bit more stat checky, usually, to have Leandri. Shredbreaker is like semi-utility item. Still gives good stats, but you know what I mean. I'm half HP in a 1v2. Do I still win? I don't even have goals. I can spawn some right now because I landed some Qs. But who cares? I'm just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, not letting Tristana bomb me for 400 damage with her Q. And then her W is like 22 seconds cooldown, so it's not coming back up anyway. Easy fucking 1v2 in this bitch. Walk bot lane, tower dive this noob. How easy it is to play the Yorick into this type of champions. Once Diana makes a mistake, you perma invade, perma solo kill just to have to pay attention to a few things and recalibrate if you made mistakes. The one thing I didn't go over, let's specify here, very important guys. After I take her camps, you guys might be wondering, gotta make sure we include this in the video. Why not full clear the entire jungle from topside? Why recall? Why not just farm this? I have my entire jungle up, why the fuck would I recall? Well, first of all we buy Shredbreaker, but that's not the main thing. I protect my bot side camps from Diana, I protect a potential dragon. You see the thing guys, I didn't do dragon level 6 when it was free, but I would have lost the grabs, but now, although that I get grabs, and I can still get a dragon, still contest the dragon potentially, especially if Diana didn't rush it like an animal, as in dead, run straight to Drake and do it. And even if I give up this Drake, we got such a big lead that it doesn't matter whatsoever. On top of protecting everything here, we can reverse our pathing. So it's bot to top lane, we end up topside when these camps respawn, and we invade them and contest them again and kill Diana again. Maybe then dive Kayle and further snowball the game. This is what you're getting out of it. Either way, let's go back to live, which is after the 1v2, we dive Ashe, and we recall. Make sure you don't miss out on these details and implement it in your gameplay. Because it's easy, it literally is easy guys, it's brain dead. And if you don't believe me, drop a sub, and I promise to bring another Yorick game where all of my laners ran it the fuck down, went 0-10 early, had zero purpose in life, and I still ended up carrying the game. I go for my Morpheus. I think it's pretty good here. 60 AD. Think about it guys, most items use like 40 AD Shredbreaker, Shujin 45 AD, 23, 30, 60, but this is 60 AD, which is so rare on an item with so much AD. I think only Eclipse and DD have that much AD on bruiser-ish items. Omnivamp with Conqueror, combine that I have Unflinching, because I'm playing against Zyra, I'm gonna have really high uptime on this ability, and even the other champions can proc it a bit like LQ. We just do Drake. And here's the thing about this new Yorick, my friends. You have a lot of sustain with Q. Let's think about it logically. Mathematically, if you look at the number, it's half the value of Volibear's W. But the base cooldown is lower. Sure, Volibear might be building a bit more CDR, which I cannot afford to do on Yorick. I need the attack speed and Tiamat. But he doesn't have to mark an enemy, so you can use the healing right away, which ends up meaning that Yorick can, in a lot of situations, for some reason, end up healing as much or close to Volibear. Which is a lot of sustain, and if you combine that with resistances and with tanky itemization, you just get stuff like Iceborne, Visage. You don't even need to build a lot of damage. Because now you are incentivized to Q targets and to respawn your ghouls. Old Yorick would have to deal a lot of damage on his ghouls because he had no way to respawn his goals against champions in fights. And if you build tanky, and they kill your goals, then you have nothing left. It doesn't matter that you're tanky. But now, the tankiness scales directly with you being able to spawn more and more goals, and with the healing from Q. So, yeah, usually you can go like Schreibecker, Iceborne, that's a lot of utility, while you just buy the items for the stats. You don't need to go Trinity Force. Iceborne does the job for the Shin effect, for Yorick having a lot of base AD. Then you can even go like Sterak, Speedy Visage, stuff like that. Just be super tanky. Even Jack at some point. And be a disgusting frontliner. Split pusher, whatever you want. There are a bunch of ways to build Yorick. You're gonna end up making a guide at some point probably. You can go for stuff like Tiamat into Trinity Force, although that makes you a bit weak early. I'm not a huge fan. If you want to split push hardcore, but you're not Rumble level. As you can see, we're just walking through the jungle, pillaging everything, killing Diana, getting the tower. There's just nothing you can do. Once you get the lead with Yorick, you have control of the entire game. Because you will be at a point where you can constantly 1v2 enemies. If you can win 1v2 against Tristana Diana, then what the fuck can they do, right? Because you just take everything in their face. You don't even need teammates. If you get teammates, like this Maokai flashing W sometimes, or Lux cleaning the wave and listening to you, that's just a bonus. Like, amazing. Very nice, very lovely. It can be a struggle to play Yorick if your teammates suck and they just perma-fist you. And if enemies don't make a lot of mistakes. But I'm already setting myself up for enemies making mistakes because I picked Yorick into a Diana, which has no escapes. You get what I mean? Bonk, bonk on the towers. Okay, you gotta look at this. Straight from the underground, straight from the underworld, straight from the bird canal. Get a slow motion on this. The goals are spawning, look at them. Beautiful, I love League of Legends. Yorick is pretty fun, and if you're wondering why I went for Eclipse, this item is normally not that great. I simply built it because I'm up 10k gold on enemies, I'm 10 kills, so why not just build more damage? Choose an item with pretty good sustain power. And here, if I'm not a piggy, I can just 1v3 them, but I flash like a retard on Zyra. And then I got see to that. But I can easily kite the Diana and Tristana, body block the Tristana with my W while killing the Dianas pretty quickly. And then I'll just easily 1v3 that with my sustain. I will Eclipse shields into Conqueror, my Mortius Omnivamp. Sucks to suck. I don't play League that much these days, I'm a washed retard. My apologies. Either way, if you replicate even 20% of what I'm telling you in these games, you'll automatically get value out of this pick. Just farm, get a Tiamat, pick it into an immobile jungler, fist fight them, get some objectives here and there, make sure to, not do dragon for fun, you can just kill enemy jungler and cool down. And this is the goal, this is what I'm trying to teach you guys with this video, how to dominate, how to piece and fist on the enemy jungler, because they make mistakes all of the time, and you just have to play in a way that punishes it. You have to set yourself up for success. I didn't even have to go for some kind of cheese level 1, like some of my other videos, to completely fist the enemy jungler. If you're not solo killing the enemy jungler at least once in your games, you are doing something wrong. You have to switch your champion, you have to switch your gameplay. Killing the enemy jungler is so easy, so rewarding. You get his camps, you tilt his team. So much mental warfare. If you remember this fight, when these guys are contesting for no fucking reason, guys. Why do you think they are contesting? Because they are spam pinging, typing S's in chat, because they are muting each other, because it's just such a toxic environment when you crush the enemy jungler like a bug under your boot. And with Yorick, you can even bury them with your shovel. Dig the fucking graves, guys. Play Yorick, dig the graves. But that's about it. There's just not much to talk about. I went for an Iceborne, which is really good item on Yorick. You should build this quite often, especially play against squishy range champions that might look to kite you. Like I said, second item, Iceborne Gauntlet. Very nice Sue. Very nice Sue. Anyways, don't forget to drop a like, sub, check out my main channel where I post guides. At some point there will be a Yorick guide in there, maybe in a few more guides, because I have some priorities. Next one will be Nocturne, I already announced that, Nocturne. If you play that champion, definitely look into it. And you can also check out my Patreon for extended stuff. And if you're somehow Yorick OTP and you end up getting here, let's do a coaching session. I can level up your gameplay on this character and on the jungle role in general, of course. Thank you for watching, my friends. I wish you a lovely day on the Rift.